Hello everybody, my name is Brandon Charpied. I'm the Executive Director of the International Association for Conflict Management. And on June 30th, we sent out an email to all of our registrants and accepted authors in our conference program on how to pre-register for our sessions in the conference in Virtual IACM, which will take place from July 12th through 15th. The pre-registration process is critical. It is mandatory for accessing any of our sessions. It's a security measure. It also enables us to get a feel for how many people will be attending any given session, should the session facilitators, presenters, etc. Require such knowledge. In order to pre-register, it's very, very simple. I'm on the iafcm.org webpage where you can go up to the annual conference header link here and access our conference programs. Pre-registration with our Zoom system can take place from any one of our 3 digital programs. We have our full program, we have our interactive program, and we have our at-a-glance program. I'm going to briefly show you from each one of these how to access the Zoom registration page. So I'm going to open up each one of these right now. And this is our full program. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a grid layout of our sessions. We are calling our rooms V100 through V500. The session titles, the group titles I should say, are in the bold here. And the paper titles within each one are in the standard or italicized text, I should say. Obviously you have your authors and their institutions and so on. In order to access the Zoom registration page from here, you need to focus on these bold group titles, and that's all. The bold group titles will take you to the registration pages. So in this scenario, I'm going to select one that I want to potentially attend. Let's go to Negotiation Across Cultures at 10 a.m. on Monday, July 13th. Now please note, all times in our program are Eastern Time, so this is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. This will be confirmed for you in your Zoom registration links, in the calendar links that are provided, but everything is Eastern Time. Now, one key aspect to entering the Zoom registration pages is make sure you are opening up any of these bold links in a new tab. If you left click, as I'm going to do here, you'll be pulled away from the conference program. That's not what we're looking for. That is just something that is encoded into the conference software. We don't have control over it. So it is very important here, so you're not utilizing back buttons and everything like that too much. It's much easier to right click on one of these bold titles and then left click on open in a new tab. Or alternatively, if you have a mouse with a center wheel on it, typically you can click that center wheel, and a center click is the same thing in terms of opening a new tab. So I opened up 2 of these because of that. I'm going to get rid of one of them. So here we are, Negotiation Across Cultures. That's the session we were looking to be in. Tuesday, July 13th on, I apologize, Monday. Monday, July 13th, 2020 at 10 a.m. Eastern. Now you can click on this for yourself and change what time zone you're in. I do strongly suggest that, so that you can be on top of everything in terms of your calendar when you go to download these and import them into your calendar. Now your calendar should make whatever adjustment is necessary, even leaving this as Eastern time zone, but just in order to be safe, or just in case you want to double check what it would be in your time zone, feel free to make that edit there. Registration is simple. First name, last name, email address. Please make sure that your first name and your last name listed in this pre-registration is what matches your conference registration. We are going to be checking the conference registrants and these pre-registrants against one another. If they don't align at least reasonably well enough, you may not be given access to the room. So again, if you use the name Brandon Charpied, as I did in this case, on a conference registration, use it in here as well. You put in your email address. I'll use my IFCM email address here to register for this session. And then I click register. And there, I'm pre-registered for this conference. I am good to go. Here's my confirmation page. There's the session that I wanted. July 13th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, you can still change it right here. You can click here to add to calendar. You can use your Google Calendar, ICS, and Outlook Calendar for mobile devices, or your Yahoo Calendar. And then here is a critical link. This link is what will give you access to that room. Now, you're more than welcome to save this link, to do whatever you want with this link, but it's really not necessarily necessary because you will have been given a registration email immediately upon getting to this page that will provide all of this information. My recommendation is to rely on that email. It's much easier to keep safe than this right here. So now that we've registered for this session, we're not going to worry about it now. We'll refer to that registered email in just a bit, but I also want to show you what this would have looked like if I didn't choose the full program, but instead opted for, say, the interactive program. Now, the interactive program is admittedly designed for mobile devices, touchscreen notebooks, etc. However, left-clicking throughout this whole thing operates just the same. It's as fluid as can be. It's fast. It operates as an app would, but there's no download involved. Especially if you're using a mobile device, it's a very, very good program to use. So I'm going to scroll a little bit further down on Monday, July 13th here, and let's pick the 4 p.m. Eastern session of Team Dynamics. Now in this case, I left-clicked on Team Dynamics here, and this brings me to a page that's very similar to what we saw in the full program, where we have the session title, the group title here, we have the Zoom registration link, and below here we have our papers that are within this session. If you want, you can click on any one of these, left-click on them, and it'll show you the abstract, the authors, their institutions, etc. But from this page right here, you cannot register. We need to be back on this this overview page of the group in order to register. Same deal here with the Zoom link. Don't left-click, right-click and open a new tab, or if you have a wheel, center-click on the wheel. This will bring me into the registration page, and as you'll see here, Zoom already knows where I'm coming from with this. My name is already populated, my email address is already populated, and all I need to do here is click register, and I'm done. And registration confirmation email is already in my inbox. And finally, I'm going to exit the interactive program here, and this is our bird's eye view. This is the at a glance program. This is the most basic information that a program could provide. It is date, it is time, and it is name of the session group and nothing more. So if you're looking through these session groups and you don't really need to know a whole lot more other than a topic that seems to resonate with you, let's say it might be gender support and harm at 12 p.m. on Tuesday the 14th. Again, right-click and open in a new tab or center-click, and that will bring you to your registration page. First name, last name, email address already populated. Click register, and I am done, and I have another confirmation in my inbox already. So I'm going to take you over to my inbox now and show you what those look like. Okay, so now we're in my email here. This is the conference pre-registration confirmation link that I received. Yours will not be black like this, it will not be dark. I just have a dark theme running on all my software. So you'll see the name that you registered with here. Again, it is imperative that you register with the same name that you registered for the conference with. So pre-registration and conference registration need to be the same. It confirms the session that I was looking to register for, gender support and harm, the date that you registered for. Now in this case, if you recall, we were able to change the time zone on the prior page, on the pre-registration page. We can no longer change that time zone in here, but your calendar should adjust accordingly if you were to download this immediately to your calendar. You can join from your PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, or Android. I assume that's going to take care of everybody. And rather than a really long link that you can see right there, you don't need to worry about any of that. It's just click here to join. And then finally, the calendar downloads. Now, you saw these before. Add to calendar, that's an ICS calendar. It's Outlook, that's a mobile device, etc. Add to your Google Calendar and add to your Yahoo Calendar. All you need to do is click any one of those. I recommend that you download this to whatever your preferred calendar is as soon as you receive this email. So I will download this to my Outlook calendar. It opens up in my bar there. Here it is on my screen. Everything checks out the way it is, the location, the Zoom meeting, everything you would see in a typical Zoom meeting. Save and close, and I'm done with that. And from that point on, it's in my calendar. Don't need to worry about it any further. So it's pretty simple. You head to the conference program page, make sure you're right-click and opening your tabs for any sessions you want to register for. You will be sent this email immediately upon registering, and then just add the session to your calendar, whichever your preferred calendar software is. And that's it. That's all there is to it. When the conference comes around, your calendar will remind you and provide you the link that you need to access the system, and you're good to go. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out to me at my email address, brandon@iafcm.org, and I'm more than happy to help you if you need a little bit more assistance in walking through this process. Not a problem whatsoever. But it is a pretty straightforward process. Might take you a minute the first time, but from that point on, as you saw, Zoom pre-populates all the information, and you can just rip right through it, pre-registering for session after session after session. So I look forward to seeing you all in a couple weeks in our virtual conference, and don't hesitate to reach out. And other than that, we will see you on July 12th. Thank you very much.